Right now, as you watch this, your website is being probed. Bots are testing your login page, scrapers are harvesting your content, and distributed attack networks are measuring your defenses. Most businesses never see it happening, and the reason they survive it, often without knowing, is because of infrastructure built by a woman who decided in 2009 that cybersecurity should not be a privilege reserved for corporations with 8-figure IT budgets. Michelle Zatlyn did not come from a background in network engineering. She came from business strategy, and that distinction matters enormously. When she co-founded Cloudflare alongside Matthew Prince and Lee Holloway, the core insight was not purely technical. It was structural. The internet was fundamentally broken for anyone who was not already large enough to afford protection. She saw that gap not as a niche, but as a market waiting to be built. What they built over the following 15 years became one of the most consequential pieces of infrastructure on the modern internet. By 2026, Cloudflare's network spans 310 cities globally, processes trillions of requests daily, and sits in front of an estimated 20% of all web traffic. Its market capitalization has reached $72.4 billion. But the number that defines Michelle's actual legacy is not the valuation. It is the millions of small businesses that now operate behind enterprise-grade protection they could never have afforded before she built this. The business model was deliberately subversive. Offer a free tier powerful enough to protect a solo entrepreneur's store from the same DDoS attack that would take down a mid-sized company. Then build the enterprise layer on top. This was not charity. It was a distribution strategy disguised as democratization. And it worked because it generated scale that no competitor could replicate from a standing start. What separates Michelle from the archetype of the purely technical founder is what she describes as learning velocity. The ability to absorb new market signals, stress test assumptions, and pivot execution without losing operational momentum. In the early years of Cloudflare, the product changed significantly. The go-to-market changed, the pricing model changed. What did not change was the founding conviction and the speed at which the team adapted around it. In startups, the idea is the starting point. Execution velocity is the actual competitive advantage. In 2026, Michelle is driving Cloudflare's most consequential strategic shift yet. The company is positioning its global edge network as the foundational layer for artificial intelligence infrastructure, what they call the connectivity cloud. As AI workloads demand low-latency compute distributed closer to the end user, Cloudflare's 310-city network becomes not just a security layer, but a deployment environment for the next generation of intelligent applications. She identified the transition early and began building for it before the market consensus caught up. The lesson Michelle Zatlyn offers to every entrepreneur building in 2026 is not about cybersecurity specifically. It is about infrastructure thinking. The businesses that win at scale are not always the ones with the most innovative product. They are the ones that identify what the entire ecosystem will eventually need and build that layer before the demand becomes obvious. She did not wait for the market to validate the need for democratized security. She created the market by removing the barrier to access. 20% of the internet runs through infrastructure she helped design from a Harvard whiteboard. Millions of businesses stay online because of systems she insisted should be accessible to everyone. That is not a technical achievement, that is a strategic one. And for any entrepreneur trying to build something that lasts, that distinction is everything.